abrabo no za wo hu ho na za wo hu so ho boja to masa and is when we bien is bobra bottle foam
okay
e bompa na is bibia hye odefo nsa ntina yen mpanyimfo obu bebi de oyo nyame a wosuma ya osuma hu no yehu osande ma woze wadwene susun na obi so osusu za se nti izimpa bote echi na imo ozi wenyi mekana ubibi ewie pepepe na odu bia bonde enyi jembrodu nti na ye wie free ho me panyin bi oya no nkomozi nyina o se kwam na ma wie free ho opanyin bi no nkomonyin o se ma wie free ho nti meze anope za me catch party mba nyina ni de ma ye wie free ho de ye nya me do na ozi ye n'enyim 2000 election ọmọ nkunyimze ye dama bre no soja aban a where ekoto wabompa na was itrujin which was in sutar na yen hunza osi wo kwamna battles no constituency was the second one na numujai rugu broad daylight na empire bote echi
okay
odu baby was one handover empire bote echi budget masa kufuo was it 2 million then man or you're there for Najum 2016 the same thing. So I'm saying that in all of these crises obi bakada na demo minyana yi wantu aba na yi nkrofo them. My joy is that in spite of all these disappointments, if data now NDC did not really get any new numbers there significantly. One vote in 2020 across 2024. So for me, I'm so optimistic that look, come 2028, Empire Ejumazin, Empire one was a Korean baba automatically.
Okay.
Ejumazin, because of course, Eruntum and Bompay na enkade iye lazy. So Bompay, no, therefore, it's show. Not the Jumazin. I mean, there, the MPP vision for Ghana no, is the best.
Okay. Honorable, all Casas is here, you know, wako yechi, wama ya bakwasem kakra. Na uche mwe free soja ban eba. Even at some point, a crampono na more member of parliament from MPP side was about 61. And from there,
okay. You're talking about 96.
Yes. From there, no, Moba Monima about 161, 69. Obi beka se wo ko wenimo a usua enema bebre. Se wo wechi mo number no esa. Motimi abom modern put myself together enyine akodru baby. At some point, you know, lay person beka say, no more you too complacent. Most yen na mo dwene ye ho but e go to point be na say enye yen na mo fa ye ho biom ye ka asem krompo na mo nti se se ye word ne te wo say won ka se mo ye nipa etoda na se mo re e free mo ho moving forward e de pa na mo de ba e be da sonko ama wo mo buafu o mo beka se afei di akoma to ye yem nti e be ba together na ya be vote ama mo
2020 me da wase e bi sasam ozikan meji to me there odubina tumuba enyenze menyina na ye ne ye nti obviously the last 8 years are yenye tum no menjizi there in spite of our successes there were also some disappointments. I mejitum
okay
obviously yeah nimpa but the main thing e baze sonku na yebeye na yezi ashe nkrofo nkran yezi amon na reshem yezi amon ne hu de bi anamontui woze hyeyan sabioa ebotumi ayenie ekor ni ja ya je tum de nzama kra na bi ankoye ibio yen vision for the country, private enterprise for the benefit of the ordinary Ghanaian. I think that all the year two mina yes shemikena or the yama Ghana for what I see or ye in Chechim. Ibio, me feel that the new MPP would have to make known the systems are or safeguard wastes so that, for instance, so what will be getting on Fenzigua, a system will be in place or make sure the Nimpana was ashen and said, or is Guana and for Sona wa bordo. Ibio say yeri ye abana, you be make sure that in Zama Timemufunu Guiano, saying Poyan Adrin Wafan, za washed Papa Naran Casano, no the Yete. And then I also think that governance with good research, because sometimes, you know, like Mexican Marcano, I will widen you, but in your sooner will be edging. And as we feel that was a reckon or ya in your interim, but that's myself. Then also we create a platform of equal opportunity. Sometimes politics or ya pre-appear, mejitum.
Oh no, because equal opportunity.
Oh, chade ye tipen kor. Inti sa me fisimpa. Me fisimpa. Me mama ye futu. Me papa ye anlo. Oh, if you asante. Obiso ofi bole. Obiso ofi talensi. Obiso ofi yendi. On found baby efi. Nambom the qualities in you, or competence, winning Z will be the priority.
Okay.
At the same time, and also no was a balance the Eyifia create a rainbow coalition, a national picture where we'll be able to MPP truly them bread they be a national party on phone baby ifi say iwe nimzia ezebe ye bibia party no be de ne bomo akonya mpojo atmasa nti no mejizi de daminze menyina Ghana fo worhwe dam party won suba nteden oh say me a lawyer na me fi krasi bia ana menya akonya na o de ye madam assurance o tintim onkofo woni tirim some idea bi na se menyi panyin bi wo esora ana ma idea na oboboa ankrankra dwumayen anadam idea no wo beja atuma na that assurance must be there obi opedo otu abobo ya na we hu opportunity bi wo baby a obenya sikaze akoto abobo ya ne bia ana obenya akwanya wabra na wofa bi ense ikunu mu ana you know all these things you know is part of the rebranding and rebuilding. Because the ordinary person onya assurance the above one abana year to no oya mbwenti na nyimparo to aba enya do to do ya na fe okeke mbojat masa eyi imbribi abasino ko na meko senya na mebisa haru na eseku wenya ne baby ko mebisa nde abazenti na senyafo enye wodan wo ye MPP no ka se mitram o se obeye MP wobuzi na abem na oye transport minister okofie biem nara otwa na man okofie ma wakafa ekor ozna akoto adwuma wa feyi ozna ekosu adwuma wa feyi oz no odecheche party no tu ebusuan budget masa so ehun papa ye no mfa so budget masa
nti ma wo mu otimi mi
dame edon no mpochomata correct
okay
nti echichire dame edon na edon wanyimpa na akunuma generation or be nyina no
omo bedon
ozechi because parting abwa nti me jizi there as part of yen rebranding yen rebuilding for victory 2028 no dame nzeme yaza or the yadwen homo the se nkunyimzire ba ya sure yen timemufo de look on phone mpoda nya party member mboano bododo na se awo first time a inyamboa na chede imu the party odwene I mean come 2028 NDC for nankasa also will be a new candidate because of course yen Ramahama Sebio on kaye 2 terms. Constitution among condemn. Into no, I mean, there, you know, or yeah, statesman. You know, I don't see him as a politician again.
Okay.
So
you're ahead of ANDC and
not necessarily.
Okay.
You can only be ahead when you have also put your house in order.
Okay.
The failures of your opponent does not guarantee an automatic victory for you. First, order I will also put your house in order. But what I'm saying is that issues like apathy. Oh, it is to be expected.
Okay.
Ayezi to be expected. Ibabema from day one, or to that ice block no start or melt. Your enemy start from day one because obi benya obirinya. But just massa. It's the NDC. Someone now. Oh, the same thing.
After 4 years,
the apathy has already started.
Okay.
I won't give details, but it's obvious. We know what we know. But just massa. And then also, on one Kasanu, they gave empty promises. They took advantage.
NDC.
Oh, of course. You see, what is new? What is new? But it's a matter of time. It's a matter of time.
Bibiara empty promises.
Bibiara manembe.
But once na wo beka se bi obi promise empty no na wo nyina so.
Of course.
Ebi
okay, so one, they promised women banking. They were all over. Now what promised they look. Yan ma me no ma wo zigwa no. Wo bobo won wo be set up bank.
Yeah.
Na when sika was zigwa. Okay.
Per the budget almost set 51 million.
What is 51 million? What is 51 million?
When say emiti a criteria, a Bank of Ghana, the Madia Basedo, come say seed money.
Seed money for what? They are more from Okroma. Galamsey body are establishing 4.6 billion.
And we almost say a solution to the canker.
I'm not an economist. Me here economist. Me here law.
Okay.
But that is simplistic.
Me can say because me chief executive director Sami Jemfi
chief executive officer you mean
officer betena ha say kasa ye Sami Jemfi ma o chire mu o breaking it down one to the tangent say enko ba say ye gold no ebenwunu said the first name you foreigners no entimi embebo nremu emma ye sika no enwunu nko small scale miners no now omutu omu gold omu ni baby ombetimi regulate price no emma first no na gold gold for oil na omuntimi manage the prices and to be anya the gold esan say ne born cost nto the ko baby a ebe cost but we are going to they are all going to be under one umbrella said the be ombetimi regulate price no. That's the reason to more asset a good board.
State control of economic variables, it hasn't helped. A country like Ghana, bureaucracies have hit us more because people take advantage. Look, I won't be here because we are doing politics to condemn the initiative.
Okay.
And attack personalities.
Okay.
But I'm saying that the idea of the gold board, practically will not help the country. Why? It is rather going to create an opportunity that will promote Galamsey.
Hey.
Remember. You see, what's small scale miners? I know. I know that small scale mining, perhaps on paper, could be said there is different from Galamsey on paper. But in reality, those who claim to be small scale miners are in effect doing Galamsey. By the way, if the person says that or a small scale miner, it presupposes there or we need to be our auditor equipment.
Yeah.
But that's my before you get a mining license, whether large scale or small scale, in your proposals, in your financials, the Minerals Commission on Soraka Kemo license.
Okay.
Now, what Minya Sami Jemfi and can you there? what's it? They are in the law. No, they are also saying that they are going to buy equipment.
I know more. The truckers
come on. Oh, please.
See, say freelance.
That is where the danger is.
Oma sign ama with the first one kwa the omo control na stop it into me and machine into me ejuma.
I am an entrepreneur. I know the challenges in entrepreneurship. You can talk paper. Many finance minister akasa. Maka chende look. Ye tipenkor. Me respecting. Good idea. Honor Sami Jefimi na akasa. Mr. Sami, you know what? Great idea. But there are eminent risks. Real dangers. Look, anya careful. Nkrofo beji sika no po won tua. Or was aggregators be or the work to gold no was ba. Oba catch or your party member. Sika na amba na input in the necessary guarantees are aben bolusi sika. Ibio mami wie. Ibio azana esere here no. You say you want to fight galamsey. Trust me. Once you start buying equipment for people, once you say, oh, small scale mining, by the way, what the galamsey gold baba is there any system in place to say that yepe gold one mining in a proper way? Let's stop it. No, I am saying that it's one of the failings, one of the things abeni ambwa. Two, go back to the women in banking. Women in banking, 51 million. At this bazaar, even 100 Ghana cedi per person. And 51,000.
100 Ghana cedi. They say
no. Oya samka. Me say kadere 100 Ghana. Of course, you can't give 100 Ghana. The minimum is bois obine wezigwa oton pure water and oye asana and oye kokumpa. The capital is about money 1,000. I mean in Winneba, the women entrepreneurship program the minimum I give is 1,000 Ghana cedis. I own a bank, so in my 1,000, in my 100 impo, it's into my 1,000, in my 100 impo. The 51 million, I some 50,000 people. So I'm telling you that the government itself is not serious about its own promise. Two, let me go to two. Agriculture.
Abna,
let me finish. You asked an important question. Bear with me.
The same first one, right. Because all can't go in Nasamono. Some of them feel more to the tangent because of say, yentimi the right source are to gold no at the free no about international markets now ASR London bullion your muntimi my price because no you need to provide the source. Say legal and santi and no sir. Regulations. Let's
not stay on issue one for too long. American
doable.
Good idea. They may mean well.
Okay.
But unfortunately, they are playing into the hands of galamsey.
Okay.
And I do not see any light at the end of that tunnel. They have oversimplified it. Oh, you bring your gold, you know, gold na yankase yatona. It will show up our forex and then it will stabilize the economy. No. You see, it is too simplistic.
Okay.
Because you are only looking at a fraction of the issues that affect the stability of the city. A key issue to consider is agriculture. Okay? Grow to feed yourself and export. There's made a huge promise for agriculture. But what was the budget for agriculture? A budget statement, the finance minister also offered 1.5 billion. IBA estimator 924 million. Meanwhile, in the 924 million, a chunk of the amount is for compensation. Compensation yabaze salaries of workers. So the amount of money for capital investment to say that the misike yet a bois undo 200 million. So from day one, you have failed the ordinary Ghanaian that you promised in Nkukon. A promising there you are going to support agriculture because since you may be some there Kopoku very knowledgeable person. I so much respect him in Parliament. Maybe some look, he's redundant.
Oh,
he's a lame duck minister because he has nothing to work
with in terms of
yes. Ejumana was on here, you know, in the farmers in the country, the vegetable farmers in my constituency, those in various rice farming activity, maize, agro processing, they have expectation in this year's budget. By the way, government can only spend what has been appropriated, what has been approved by Parliament, what is in the budget. Estimates now we provided. If agriculture, which is key, you fail to provide for, you are supporting Galamsey with more money, 4.6 billion. Whereas in agriculture, you have only an amount of 200 million plus to invest. What are you trying to do? Zero. Then let's come to the third issue. 24-hour economy. I'm pay me pede Ghana fu nyina hu de. Ye nuanum NDC fu no was a sebi in the adan was about beam.
Omucha Ghana for control.
Obviously, 24-hour economy. What's it then? What propose what's it? Is it 133 or 311?
Yeah.
Maybe something. In other words, what's one job, three shifts?
3 shifts, yeah.
Right, one job, 3 shifts. I expect that a key promise that you've made, it should be included in your year 1 budget. Okay? What is not in the budget cannot be implemented. Simplicity. Omanpeyin ba Parliament with Sona State of the Nation address. Odu 24-hour economy asamno also 24-hour economy asamno ze oza ahye budget ni mu nti yenua ato force ne ba obaka wan asam no we provide details throughout the vetting. Realize that me bisa one nominee is 24-hour economy pa sebi but all the clip no MPs ni pi ministers ni pi wa sebi one manifesto mpo na won kan anamboa moboa me bisa one about 24-hour economy obia won nchirim ebinu mpo wa me bisa one about one by manifesto mpo a Osman or check and somewhere honest to say that they've not read.
So obia won nchirim I say what classroom na teacher ni atira de the way obesi ama even notes because sometimes you paraphrase.
No, but what is 24-hour economy? Is there one job, 3 shifts? Which areas are you going to focus on? The areas you are going to focus on should be included in your first budget statement. What incentives are you going to provide to create the 24-hour economy? Because you see, the essence of the 24-hour economy was job creation.
Okay, but
I'm saying that I'm saying that
no. Me kaise honorable Elizabeth Echo Olam. Okay. Encourage you almost almost pastor no now no must start with the policy.
You see, Lizzie is a respected lawyer. You know, you see, you can't use propaganda to run a government.
When
you listen, if UTV, more shift system. How does government take credit for it?
But
listen to me. No, wait.
Ghana publishing, company almost started 24 economy. And also at first, not 24 economy.
Asamno, yenya botana yenchechi. Messi, if a company has its policy and is implementing its own corporate policy based on Juma or year. Government can only take credit if a certain incentive is introduced to enhance it. So, for instance, UTV, more system waha. Mutumi a program open 3 a.m., 2 a.m. Within that period, the workers are also there. Woye juma. Inti abemba no so look, more electricity bill a mutua wahan. Yemamu incentive bia, you pay half because you have a system to employ more. That is an incentive. Government can take credit. if a ben boss do more tax equipment a mozeba no you introduce a system mozeba it's free more corporate tax no so you have to that then government can claim credit though or the policy aba or benefit one into more to more employ more. You see, the essence of intervention by government for the private sector is to create a space for job creation. That is why Akufo-Addo been introducing 1D, 1F. What was the one district, one factory vision for?
Was it successful?
Largely successful. Those that benefited, yes. But it got to a point, the same NDC realized that no, there will be so many gains. So they started playing politics with it. They've cancelled it. Okay? There is nothing in place to support the private sector. This budget, I will read it 2025. It's an anti-private sector budget.
Hey.
Tell me, ask your chief executive, ask the founders of Despite Media, ask them that upon reading the budget, what is the incentive for them as an industry player? Ask entrepreneurs, go around the country, interview entrepreneurs, those in agro processing. No, but it's not about yet to. It should be because in the budget.
You share even a sanitary pad promise or make
Oh, come on.
Now, no, almost say almost my indigenous businesses, no, I'm a manufacturer.
No, but that was an old thing, please. Mami, Bocho. Mama won't find me and going in your
No, some may be so.
What? The monk coffee one can acquire. One can acquire. No, Miss one can acquire. Ah, on your MPP Aban, a kede Abno Sayasare, Minister of State, Finance Ministry, came to defend why we were even giving tax incentive to some of the companies now where you were friend what manufacture sanitary pad. And they said that you impose a tax on one who import so that we will discourage importation. The government of MPP put in place measures say if a production of Ghana, you will get the incentive so that you can manufacture cheaper, you can employ more. In fact, that was the main traction. And the end was the be. I'm saying that in this 2025 budget, there is nothing for the benefit of the private sector. For instance, when they are all out in town, what's the way e-levy? Okay, yeah. We repeal e-levy. Good. So people are happy. Good. But do you know that the levies at the ports on imports of goods, they maintain it. One touch. So Aboso Kai, remember?
I mean, in the next, you know.
Agrobosa Ofianopa. You promise Ghanaians. It's the Wakro, Oman paying so cro. Aboso Kai. Wakonenam Kokompe, Wakro Edum. Wakro Swame. Memiwe. What's it? No, when you be crowd, in there or a process. Now, if they are taking some, they are taking some. They are giving some tax reliefs. I would say, okay, what's that? I'm saying that is zero. Go to Ghana Union of Traders. Be someone. Invite them. That in this 2025 budget, was there any repeal of tax bill? Nankan Wotri and Akufo-Addo Abembe where you tax it. In fact, there were some taxes. Nankobe expire 2025. There was even an attempt to extend it perpetually. Now, and you are saying you stop one. Then they extended them to 2028. The large-scale mining companies, they've imposed tax in the first, no, 1%. Why are 3%? Why that those companies were making more profits? But it's not only through taxation, but you can also give the tax rebate and encourage production. So I'm simply saying that the ordinary businessman, the trader, there is nothing to celebrate in this 2025 budget. And that is a reality. I will challenge the NDC, open the budget and tell me that these are major incentives for the private sector. What's the way you want D1F? Interview Honorable Elizabeth Ofosu-Ajare and ask her, the trade ministry now, in fact, that is also another redundant ministry. It's also another redundant because what are they doing? Was the one listen, was in Zamania was Akasha there, good big push. And then even if you look at Jubilee House, salaries for one appointees, they provided about 2.7 billion. Okay? The 2.7 billion is even more than agriculture, 924 million. So I'm saying that NDC for the way promises are way no ba wo be says ya busume basa na yewomi men ka de busume basa they should achieve everything. That would be unreasonable. But what I'm saying that in terms of policy measures, the structures are was it ba na was assured we put this in place, we put that in place, you know. You do that through your first budget. When
you say you're too early, so say you're expecting
our expectations are founded on policy.
Okay.
And it will not be wrong for me to raise that as a concern.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
You bring budgets. It is in the budget that you detail your vision for the year, what you intend to do. If me show budget na azena it's one okay during campaign time, when you budget I won't take you serious. Okay. And I'm saying that NDC football will be uncronkred jumayefo no. In Shishabi and you are why there was a bubble.
Okay.
Ebien. I wanna why 1D1F. Where baby to 1D1F in its place 0. Ibio. No, 24-hour economy now, one kasa working. There was a 24-hour economy policy bill bar. Obe created jobs. So one job, 3 shifts. What's it? Obe created 3 shifts so that Obi benye biaye, Obi benye biaye, Obi benye biaye. NDC for our Winneba. NDC for our Apa. NDC for our Swedro. NDC for our Nima. And now Ghana youth our Nima. What expectation do Nshishei ba ma wenye adwuma nti wokoto aba was my NDC awonya MPP no ebufu. What should they expect? 0, because Nshishei no mpo onyi one eyinmu. Now finance minister say a tree was a 24-hour economy policy Nshishei made was baba yen twen kapen debe because you are done with your budget, meaning for 2025 is 0. Is it to be expected during mid-year review? We wait to see. Okay.
Say yeah, many wish ya say na yankasamfa about 2 months and then a month back. I mean 2 months down the line. ECG and some are sorry. You can correct me somewhere July and obey ECG chair. Minim se sanity there. Na Abetoja about 1,346 containers at Iowa. Now, my paraphrase assembly okay, Parliament. I mean, you started by saying, sir, to your respected colleagues, sir, unless Munyamo bets na hodomo, I pretend this munim de koso. Now, some of the custom officers no connive with others to sell ECG, container to, private sectors and later resell to ECG. Munim koso enye adepa nti esemu nyina mo hwe na moka na obi so bebisa say abrebe na wuhu sesa containers no yiraye na ye wabre so ana na as a member of parliament and as a chair die ba na montu na wutufa ho.
Right, me that say ozikan ma memfa the minchechre membra say ECG wama contract was a mobi the import cables in brown. And she say I'm a quick training there was a contract in Menyimpa. The contract terminates upon delivery of bill of lading. Metrim Nyimpano or the Nenzamano or import no the bar. Ozenkrata ziba ECG.
Okay.
The nzamane ebudu port. Mewie mejuma. Then we put in invoice for payment. That means that the contract has been executed. So end of contract.
Okay.
The next thing is that ECG. In the ECG now makes arrangement to pay duties.
Okay.
There were trade duties here. Now port for no a release goods. Then the goods now go to the warehouse of ECG.
Okay.
Good. In the Sobi Bakacho there, ECG work containers be report. Ayo. Na board chairman and na managing director Onyimubia Sebi. The meaning pan Onyim Zoraka.
Okay.
Because containers were porter. It's under the full custody and control of the port authorities and other agencies that are responsible.
Okay.
It is a reason why Abenibia were national security officials were port. It's a reason why custom officials are there. It is a ECG for one containers under the custody of the port authorities. Na say obisi Iowa. ECG managing director, board member, board chairman. Wombemi be the people to hold responsible. Yeah, port officials and all others responsible for the custody of the containers now our port one.
Okay. No,
wait. I've understood all your abna. You made a
time or no? Now
let me finish. Wait.
Okay.
Wait. So I just need you to understand, because you see sometimes in some bar yentobala and change into bonde into asin yejuma. So let me explain it. The principle is this: people must understand there as he them not. Now, so be back at your there. ECG for one containers be ayo porter. The meaning panel must give evidence how or you will report. Yes, the battle is a lot. So where is our God, MPP? For me, as in do we spend a little time to commit the party into God's hands? Anytime the party had collectively made that effort to say that, look, Queen, you're so be back at your there. ECG for one containers be ayo porter. The meaning panel must give ayo report. Look, I won't be here because we are doing politics to condemn the initiative.
Okay.
And attack personalities.
Okay.
But I'm saying that the idea of the gold board, you know, practically will not help the country. Why? It is rather going to create an opportunity that will promote galamsey.
Hey.
Remember, you see, what's a small scale miners? I know. I know that small scale mining, perhaps on paper, could be said there is different from galamsey on paper. But in reality, those who claim to be small scale miners are in effect doing galamsey. By the way, if the person says that a small scale miner, it presupposes there or we need to be our ton equipment.
Yeah.
But that's my Before you get a mining license, whether large scale or small scale, in your proposals, in your financials, the Minerals Commission on Sora Kekemo license.
Okay.
Now, what's Minya Sami Jemfi and Kanye there? What's it? They are in the law. No, they are also saying that they are going to buy equipment.
I know more. The truckers
come on. Oh, please.
See, say free
that
land.
That is where the danger is.
Oma sign ya ma. Would the first one qua the omo control na stop it into me and machine into me juma.
I am an entrepreneur. I know the challenges in entrepreneurship. You can talk paper. Many finance minister akasa. Maka chende look. Ye tipenkor. Me respecting. Good idea. Honor Sami Jemfimi na akasa. Mr. Sami, you know what? Great idea. But there are eminent risks. Real dangers. Look, anya careful. Nkrofo beji sika npo won't ya. Or what's aggregators be or the worker to gold no was about. Or what catch your party member. Sika na amba na input in the necessary guarantees are aben bolusi sika. Ibio mami wie ibio azana esere ye no. You say you want to fight galamsey. Trust me. Once you start buying equipment for people, once you say, oh, small scale mining, by the way, what the galamsey gold baba is there any system in place to say that yepe gold one mining in a proper way? Let's stop it. I am saying that it's one of the failings, one of the things abeni ambwa. Two, go back to the women in banking. Women in banking, 51 million. 51 million. At this beza, even 100 Ghana cedi per person. And 51,000.
100 Ghana cedis.
No. Oya samka. Mesi kadere 100 Ghana. Of course, you can't give 100 Ghana. The minimum is bois obine wezigwa oton pure water. And now oye asana. And oye kokumpa. The capital ECG. These were the same people that would defend the ECG there, ECG in the worker, PPA. How can the same people today, when their party members are attacking the former MD and now or former managing directors for not going to PPA, they will keep quiet? PDS, and some, they were in the public space talking about corruption. Do you know that those lawyers are will defend PDS and you offer ECG? They were Abrochi court. Yeah, and these lawyers. You see, let us say Ghana first. That is what I'm saying there. Zaye yeno, za all kodono, on boyen. You see, as it be rumkoye, politics does not mean being partisan 24 hours. You look at the national interest. The fact that who opponent or ye bibia or buano, on in chade can want some papa, I will opposition in Babi.
Okay, my interest.
But no, I need to. You brought an important question. Zawarian, in the long run, on born. I mean, I've been in government before. I started off in opposition. I am back into opposition. I know for a fact the bureaucracies now you're creating in the public service, in terms of the structures,
Okay.
It requires a collective political will to solve it. If we make it partisan, the man why then they are benefiting from the rots. No politicians was throwing. Look, Akufado, if you are being, there are appointees and there. What's the one po where professional one pose 1 year a MPP for. There are people who are still playing ball with this current administration.
Sir.
Of course, you call a Ghana airport company. The chief executive, in there also NDC. No. I'm just giving an example. The chief executive of Ghana airport company.
No, more time. No.
No appointed. Why is it that some chief executive from day one terminating one appointment, even when there's a Supreme Court decision in the Donko versus the Republic case, the Supreme Court provided a clear path how chief executive of SOEs are to be handled in a change of government. All right, so why you bonibi, but there are some of them who had even retired were sacked. Obiawa retired was sacked. Ask yourself, why is the chief executive of Ghana Airport Company still in office?
So do you feel betrayed by?
Oh, I'm not going there. I'm saying there. We are seeing who kakra.
Okay. Yen share a revenue team. Nana ka me pese me bisa said na ukasa aban kamea yese in a way as omo hante the previous administration. Quite person and omonfa so business a signal bureau opinion yedie say who say ya transfer sika say ya yesi yede kwa contract.
No, please, you and I don't know. Don't let us go. Don't let us go there. No. I'm saying that it's unfair to the gentleman. Listen,
sir.
Listen to me. A security couple, an intelligence officer in any serious democracy, he won't be treated that way. Share obia awo ada no nenyo gudo or bonban won ye no basabaso. Okay,
my embra revenue
enti zawo ye no onye.
Okay, na ka me pese kwan beso na nkomomfa en handle.
I'm saying that due process.
Okay, you share revenue team for
is what we need.
About minority or the evidence about about drug trafficking.
Why are you asking me there about minority? I would listen. It brings them there on the evidence about ahen.
Because
no, that's not a fair question. Please.
Okay, minority more. Evidence a ban putu say ya mobetimi e de akere ya ma obi because ye te say de mo am a Ghanaian and near my course so mine koyi a me benefit bi efri mo ankoyi so a me benefit enti se me tell say na make asa so make asa ma Ghana fo nyina adenti na yentimi emba yenya a conclusive ade ma obi entimi ente ne ho asese evidence saying that you was a bino challenge here, then we the minority we are providing this evidence. I didn't know among you.
Well, me just there. Your former committees we a lot of ejumana na nka no mankotimre ye no. Mpanyimfo a what the annonces ya wa wo ye ejuma. So agent team for you or in charge of defense and interior committee. And a committee no what you ejuma. What in the name of the minority caucus.
Okay.
Intimidate there. So far, he is leading that conversation.
Okay.
On behalf of the minority caucus. I would not want to interfere with other views.
Okay.
I think so far he's handling the issue. What I don't like is the attacks on his personality.
Okay.
Our friends in NDC know or either way tolerant. Politics was abotan na was here. In your being yadwinumpa in Shana Hoba. Mempe a corner yenuanum NDC funibi. Wofada wakasa was it here. Or Chana Adwin azibia onu feel the onkoye. Abano so remani trim. In yadwina on your beshe.
Okay.
Majis is there. NIB, our National Investigation Intelligence Bureau. It's not their duty. Juma or ye. That is in committee to sit either in camera or before the cameras to discuss the issues. Grant him that he has put it on paper to demand for a committee deliberation. You don't attack him, You don't personalize the issue and now start calling him names. That is unfair. Yenuanum NDC for no should also understand that what opposition in some pina working. All right? Sabi, is that how they were treated? And if they were treated this way, would they have been happy? So I think that issues about Yema na in church remember. Inya aben ozi inhube shobi nimu na oba mo bia na sam akanimu. Inti no meji ze nimbre pam no I think Reverend is around. Wobotumina we invite because the committee is seized with all the issues.
Okay.
Now, if you want to further interrogate on your platform, I think you can do it. However, I hold a view there. The call by the committee the call by him for the committee to sit is a right call because after all, that is the way to go. We are on break. He doesn't have an opportunity to file an urgent question now. The only opportunity is for the committee to deliberate and invite the agencies and share information. Maybe somebody says, oh, he should bring the evidence out, Ebiana is so sensitive there. In the national interest, the intelligence agencies or the agencies involved must hear it in camera. But you don't attack him.
Okay. Me Reverend Kasai or Kasi so say there are certain things that are very sensitive. Yes, security, thing. And yeah, there's obetimi aba public edi ababeto ejasa. You being the minority leader. The work is sensitive near the name because Reverend Akasi so say evidence. Honorable, what do we need?
How can you ask me this question? I won't answer this question.
Are they?
No. But you can't be asking me questions about my caucus. I can't answer that. It's not right. No, it's not. You can't ask me whether me committee leader. No, I don't need. I won't get into that area. I won't get into that area with you. I will not get into that area with you. No, it's not appropriate.
Say,
Abina, do you want us to have a good end to this show?
Very.
You want to?
Yes.
We started well.
Yes.
We started well.
We started very well. And I want us to end well. Until you know the winner.
No.
Okay. Say you can't Osahene Alexander Afenyo-Markin me pacho ye.
Oh. So the master me ya no. I'm sure as you bet you. Mutu me ya no.
Into my
try bibi kaka. Well, me a Ghana nyi ba mpapa fi ano.
Okay.
Mama me fi futu.
Okay.
Me bisa master kakra. Ye trace yezuko otublo hu. Yezuko ojobi. Yezuko akomu. Yezuko ojobi ekropon gomu ekropon.
Okay.
Eba and also mekatra me nana nchan wochia me. And then mena na beyin efi nya konopwe. Mekatra akwade no so ncha kakra muso no woyem kre. Da me mekwetu musua kasa no.
Enti wo te kasa no.
Oyara.
Okay.
Na efutu na ma bɔ me brain na.
Okay.
Marco School was Simpa, St. Augustine's, Mizako, Buckingham, Bradford, Ghana Law School, Oxford, Mizi MP, Mukoke Vasu Kakra. Na me become, Nemugwane, Mukaya law, because now become no yaza or your interest.
Okay.
Yewi school, na 2 years no idea yet trifi. Until Mukaya professional course be Wakanda, Graduate School of Management.
Okay.
As a kosher hostel wa Crow House. Na mezi be mfida wotwe yazika ye post boy wo Ghana Post abrebo no yezinare yakọ abrebo mu school kakra no mezi sha me adwuma ase because de bia na me preda me yankwankra adwuma ye and yazini ne ma yate company ye godo na yazre bobra me be a lawyer so I enjoy courtroom practice and you know I took a lot of my advocacy to court. Me a lawyer, Mesity office, me per court, ejuma. Enti yegudo. Me just there. Politics or ye public life. No more NHRCP, but za nyamiza mahenyen. Obi bisa da anti na mekesha amanyo sem. Za me fem wa brebom and the fact that nyankopon mama kwenya. Me jizi de motu me use the makonya no wa abenim anama yosem na ai metime mo fosu wenya mo ho faso and ibe futu a mentum mfama no nka but nyankopon na afamedo ezudwume pi ama efutu man and mokodo aso na masom abrabo ndefom de bi amaka de botum na a survivor yempa sande amfa mpa ambobra bashufo.
So you're Christian?
Oh yes, me a Catholic but me so no mama me nyim crop Pentecost kakra. And me na so nyim crop Ghana Apostolic kakra.
Okay.
But mama nka won wosem bi me so na was me crop cha me no. Mama me papa no mama oye abrewa dajezo. No oye konfo penyin wo ai chame. But yani fie ne nkyana na Roman aso no ebe jezi de ono ozim kashe father ninsem.
Wow.
Mena na besia. Consider no pe bia no ozim ko. Mass ozim akoshe father ninsem because ya daninya itu na ebien pe. Edan no ne fie no eseyi ana onyi Roman chapel dan osiwa. Enti tu na ebien pe. Enti oboe na abo no ozim koshe. Enti Roman sofo no ozim kro Roman school na all compound one make start day nursery.
Okay.
Enti abrewo na obi be kada oye konfo no ozim koshe father ninsem.
I don't know mama wan come no, I don't know why you initiate into
ozim koshe father ninsem. And so that Catholic started from infancy and then remember back to Winneba. Myself father no a Catholic so now I was no commerce kakra na mako a Christ Apostolic kakra na me na besia so mako Ghana Apostolic kakra.
I see.
And then but if yankasa me na nkanso ye sofo abuaji marking ye na nkanso na oze ebusuan bobo aze na nkasa no oye Methodist you know ye ozigwa oye merchant sikenyipa na gozi no mu na obeye Methodist sofo baptizing and obey a Methodist sofo nti yefi ankasa ya Methodist fi nti ebe simpa na eka sofo marking fi a obi enyim the sofo marking fi ye oye Methodist and nkofu besides ntina was it osahin was it them abozin
make I say in parliament because it's how they talk be can and can
you know oye if you mpayimfo na what's ho mo wofa no mo so dem abozini adawacha na was it them is in a one sisi de kwamena mpayimfo de aza was amon or they use into nka de where we pay mpinti honorable nti woka de oye mpayina za was amon na payina za azemo wa ntutu no fo mbojat masa nti what's ho na was it them ebozin no was ma mejitum medase na mejizi de edwuma no yabakodo yaye ya fameze
and a Freemason so kakra eka ho and the open secret will can say oyebi
on one some never can
oh there be I say no can one no can
ho so no pay on one some
no but was me but family wise of course I mean it's obvious
well I'm a family man I me so edwuma sim ntam na mpanyimfo hye me nkran de beyin ze se ehase de etichiri wo edwuma na rebobra e wara oyi
okay
and me jitum because aware ze o ma wo beyin no e stable se ye beyin na enware ya wa brebo ya basa nda reso besi hwe eso hwe into one of the things are mpanyin ma ai meta say wa brebo mo ntedo e wara o ma ye more responsible and I don't regret it.
Okay.
Abrebo the isuanzama and oyazisuan from day one. And moframa wonishim wankasa wabrebo and all. You learn a lot. Okay. So I am very happy being a family man, being a politician, being a lawyer, and above all, being an entrepreneur. Because that is what creates the opportunity for the many that are unemployed. But I would end by saying one thing. I think we need a national orientation
on
in this country.
Okay.
Where all of us will reorient ourselves and have a certain national psyche. Because sometimes I feel very sad. The way abuse opportunities will chrome her. The way akonye bi fi abem ba yen hwedu ye.
Okay.
And this is across board. NDC, MPP, the public service, the way abenaze yen hwedu ye. I think that as a country we need to reorient ourselves.
Okay.
Omampeyi kufo starte. Ekede kufo na bredo okreti Ministry for Information and National Orientation. Listen, Nzama Nkoye, even the private enterprise, Nkofu complain, oh, be a Juma Wambantam, Tamoy do be Bejuman, or say, Oko prayer service be o baby, Oko retreat, or be work Friday, by 2 o'clock, we fe Juman, or be weekend, on Bejuma Monday, because this or that. Nkofu pi ati wone Juma. Wakofa abrofo na warhead wa Ghana weekend mukro menyanko bi ne facility mukro no yezi nkomo na mu de Indian fu ebien ebaasa wetwe mu ho am say na Indian fu yo say kwamena edwuma no manfa Indian fu na wamba manager edwuma no bugu
Ghana ni ntime nye
I was sad mpocho atmasa entrepreneurs p a lot of businesses they are bringing foreigners to head because of what? In our public service, a lot of waste because of young attitude. I believe that as a country, we can set that right. You go to America, they say America first and the American dream. There is that sense of patriotism kasibi but I think go to baby obi fido politicians no crowd no DS kantinya so ye dibia important masa
abaya juma na enye wadwuma nti yenkoye nim
even in the company bi no obi ni attitude towards it. So I'm calling on government.
Okay.
For now they have
the
power. They should initiate something.
Okay.
Create a national dialogue on this matter. Let all of us rally around it.
Okay. Certain
things must change. It's not just a change in political power, but a system that we all run.
Okay.
Onkoye, yansisa na yansisa yan nzama yariye. And I say this with a heavy heart because in Winneba, there are lots of interventions. Maya is gone waste because of attitude. I remember Yama eye boat is amobi onfanye adwuma nkofo gum workup wonyanam woba sika no on your account na boat no mpo etua kaw na echi boat no woba wose engine asay ebo asay free nti owo no kohwehwe sika nyimpa no hwe wanyim na waka kyo because of it dey asabi awo sika mboja masa obi amani dwetir onfanye adwuma onye because or your party member ne sika no so asay then as it chan oba ose oyer menisika no fanko hospital. I'm saying that these things cut across and it's all over.
Okay.
Many people have benefited from the government, from Rawlings to Kufuor to Atamils to Mahama, Akufo-Addo and back to Mahama, and are abusing these opportunities. Private sector initiatives. If you go into some of these state institutions, they gave out money to ordinary Ghanaian to trade, to do business, and you ask of the recovery rate, very low. I'm saying that such an attitude there, or you're buying no oma motor tractor for my farm, should end.
Okay.
And let's benefit from the states and allow the generations unborn to also benefit. Because if you look at the policies of the West now, the America trade war and semi-Kodi, the Western world is now looking more inward than before. They are no more talking about let's send aid. Let's go and invest in Africa. Let's budget for Africa's development. No,
it's about themselves.
They are also looking at it. They look. What's our bread? Also, the Misikano was here one development So how do we create the wealth ourselves? By changing our attitude, by adopting a new posture, calling out those who are getting it done wrongly, ensuring that collectively, no, yema omanu wezi. Otherwise, another 4 years of waste. A new government will come, the same system, and then where would the vicious cycle end?
Honorable, a question is that me will be brave. What can win it by semi compare kai me news beer? Me ya now the some more bo a NDC member be said well lucky a toilet before. You will be says another 8 years and not 2 honorable now we they say that when we say no are lucky.
No, it was something that I was talking about, but because also, and you know the story, also NDC abredo and I will see the toilet and what's the toilet? Listen to the story. How funny the story is. A toilet in Wosi, you know, opening or lobby for the toilet to be built, you know, or the Shannon said there, or no sooner faswa.
Oh, okay.
So for the period now, MPP Babemo, do Wosi toilet in Mother Zion School, AME Zion Primary School, Assemblyman Okoja, Nabayasam. No, I
qualified way.
No, why? And these are some of the examples, but we can work on
orientation.
Well, we need to work on it and also not victimize our public servants and our security agencies because we are taking too much partisanship into all these institutions and it affects us. Me nkade ended mistake bi owa. You repeating and there, and under the BBC are on here, so BBC not on here more on Kawasa. We can make it better. From 1992, I don't think that if you improve the way we do things, and there will be a but we can do better as a nation. And I should also add this: that as minority, our job is not to obstruct government. Our job would be and is to constructively criticize, provide alternatives. We are not just there to say that as in yet into can but we will continue to provide alternatives. But what we expect from government is tolerance. I will be sharing our doors and then machoism, not taxing and all the muscling and defamation and name calling and trivializing issues. Government should also adopt a posture of responsibility and tolerate
Okay.
Dissenting views, and that is what I believe would help our democracy.
Okay. You better say me jawa mawako. Na I mean some of me baby say ya dear minim say Ghana for do draw omo any di weche no enim say koso. Na Mr. We dey say emoye we dey me pe ane anase debi. Say wo yonko pa ene honorable Kennedy Japan. Na afi etwa emu yi presidential primaries okobi. This year, said we see or see we young I mean on a lot of platforms would the any day a man on Bonabaso say waboa pain. Me pacho say na make an ane and I said be ubetune for say this year so 2028 obekwana.
Answer na member. Answer na here programming. We agreed on the questions. If you allow your producer to be bringing in questions, if you yourself you want to introduce things, you've already introduced about 4 questions outside of what we agreed.
Baby, I would defy.
Okay, so let me answer you. All right, so let me answer you.
Okay.
First, we are in opposition.
Okay.
My job as minority leader is to ensure that we are stable in Parliament. We are seen as a formidable force, and that Ghanaians trust that should they give us opportunity, we can do things better. Ghanaians and the party expect unity. My job is to act in a manner that will lead to unity and bring peace within the rank and file of the party. So your job is not to advise people to go for? My job is to act very, very neutral.
Okay.
As a leader, so that the presidential contest obi bia obi win bia no ahen in Parliament ye tumna ya rally behind the person. Okay. Is the reason why I make my colleagues MPs there. So beya the flag bearership race no. Yeni na yemfa neutrality posture bi emfa into because it doesn't help where obi eco declare me, eke declare me, or okay. Dema ozi into chemba.
Okay.
We need to ensure unity. So we are not on this platform to be talking about flag bearership.
Okay.
Kennedy and I remain inseparable in relationship. He is a man I respect and love as a big brother, an uncle, a father, a mentor, and a colleague. We are a family. Okay? I know the relationship between us.
Okay.
And that relationship will remain. The relationship. I have very good relationship with many others in the party who I respect. Brian and I have been very good friends.
Okay.
Dr. Baumia as our vice president, we've been very good in relationship. Honorable Dan Botre, Honorable Boache Jakun, the General Secretary, the National Chairman, the former Majority Leader, all the senior party members, Council of Elders, I maintain very good relationship and we bond well.
Okay.
I do not think that critical times are being out there making public pronouncement will help the cause of the party. And let me remind the party one more time. All we have are the legacies of President Kufuor and President Akufo-Addo. And for 2028, the only weapon we have is the Akufo-Addo legacy. Listen, Obi Botun waba kana Akufo-Addo dem, abemeze mfumduo. Abem bi enyiwa Obotun wa score 100%. But I want to tell my party members in there anopeya nyankopon all to nsupegu yedu ide. All we have is a legacy of Akufo-Addo.
Okay.
It is that legacy that will rely upon for our 2028. Inti ebufu no ba na nzema bi nkoye ya yenhwe yen na no fanfa.
Okay.
Na yen na yenye yen wa abota. Na yen bompa na yen famboa na party no onfa ne tempemfra. Na me assure edumfo Yankopon de yen kwachen adwoda ye kokumase.
Okay.
Ozikan the leadership of the party kachen wo bibi. Party mpanyimfo ankorankor wo so wako. And Ashanti caucus of the party in Parliament so what chair one says here no the mighty minority caucus all the 88 of us so last week your crow orientation war young brother Brana Champ yes Joda nyamezi yanko chena yeroko kumasi yakwedum na yekichia one na ya ma won shazen na yenso mighty minority yetoto yensa no kakra yenya no yeso yeze amona wazi ayehone adwuma na yesra ben de onhwe na za all the oye zeboa ma market no otum manu mudu no on manu mudu nti yenuanu medumfo they should be assured the mighty minority MPP caucus will be with them Monday afternoon, God willing, next week.
Okay, yo. Honorable Yebeda Sepa, na Yebese also say, Miracle in Nimuno.
If you want me to come here again, don't set trap for me.
Oh, it means set a trap with. Oh, na send the man set a trap amount. Oh, that
landmines P.
Oh, Samum means the moon is a boko.
Landmines P.
Yebeda Sepa, Ewa woman, what that Yeni Sopa. I was for her say, and I mean, or Sahine Alexander Afenyo-Markin, a former majority.
What's the Osahine?
Sahine.
Fahine, Fantia or Sahin.
Or Sahin.
But of course, Asante Dumbaka or Sahin. Okay. That's it. Den was anti
obi odi ekun anim
okay
nti osa ene ti odi dom ana say ekun kwa konsa
na say nyum da fi ye bezi aboche first Saturday in May ifutu man ya na aboche
okay
12 dentifo asafo wo ka kira aboa na wazaba na nti ye bezi ya na fi
okay
nti no
mu invite e betimi ababi
of course UTV or the woba
okay yeah ti
woba nso am host one
okay
woba am host one
producer mpacho what
one brand one promote efutu aboche simpa odebi kese ye bezi ya na fi nti mu promote man
mpacho ya ti ebuze for nti Osahin Alexander Afenyo-Markin, former majority leader, now the leader of the mighty minority, ono also and a member of parliament Emma Efutu constituency na ne yene na twetwe common 101 ewo addiction stroma so shadows to say sabri ye dan ye ho ba pa me ne mabedwafo betena se abon komonko ba bia ye beba sisi